Are you trying to dominate your fantasy football league? Do you want so many championship rings it's impossible to sign autographs? Well, crack open a beer, pour yourself a glass of bourbon, and settle in, because you've come to the right place. Welcome to Hammercast.
And we are live for the Super Bowl special of Just the Tips. Oh yeah, look at Camacho. He's already pimping the Chiefs jersey, rocking it out. This is a special edition. We do have, of course, Kevin Coleman, the boys _22, and we have John Camacho between the pylons. And we may have a guest or two come in as well, but we're going to talk all things Super Bowl. We're going to talk about the lines, the totals, where the sharps are playing, where the money's going, and then we're going to jump into some props, and then we're going to jump into some fun props. You know, the coin flip props, the ones that are just crazy and outrageous. And we're going to have a lot of fun for you guys tonight. How you guys doing, Kev? Hey, what's up, Kevin?
Doing good, man. Just ready for this weekend and get to eat a bunch on Sunday, drink a little bit, and just hang out with the family. So I'm excited for this weekend. Monday off for me as a teacher. So this is the first time I've ever had a Monday off after Super Bowl. So I get to do whatever I want.
Well, you're gonna be tore up.
I'll be all right. Yeah.
Sunday night. I might have to give you a buzz. Anyway, hey Macho, what do you got planned for this weekend?
Man, I'll just be watching here. Got a couple friends coming over. Got some interesting recipe ideas for dips and wings and stuff. So home cooking. I'm excited. It's a party. I mean, come on.
It's a party. It's a Super Bowl.
Christmas. I'm excited.
Hey, I'm pretty happy. I'm gonna be spending it with my dad. You know the whole story with him, and he's just ready to rock and roll. He's got a Super Bowl party himself lined up. Him and my brother are already planning all the food. So I'll be there. I'll be in a big ass recliner and a cold beer in my hand and probably some chicken wings in the other one. So I look forward to the game. Do you guys watch the commercials? Are you guys into that?
I don't care for them either way. Like, I don't know. People get hyped about the commercials, and it's like I feel like they weren't really downhill. I remember being in like high school thinking the commercials were cool, and right. I don't know. Now I don't really care one or the other. So
I watch them. Yeah, I'm old, man. I enjoy it. Like I watch, I like it, and I use it. I actually have a AP psychology assignment this week, and they have to watch the commercials and get the marketing tools. So I have to watch some of it.
Awesome. That's really cool.
I like it because I'm a marketer and I like to check that stuff out, and it's a lot of fun. But I'm kind of with John. It has kind of dropped off, and I think it's going to drop off more this year. Yeah. It's going to be less fun and shtick, and because of everything that happened in 2020, and I think it's going to be more emotionally connected with brands, and I think that's where they're going to be going. We'll see some funny ones, I hope, but some of the big guys are out.
Yeah.
And I think Bud Light's out.
Really?
Yeah. So it's kind of surprising, but anyway, guys, this is a really, really big game. I mean, this is going to be a great game. The line started at 3.5, and it's still 3.5. Some places you might be able to get 3 if you're on Tampa side, but I remember the night 2 weeks ago on Sunday night when the line came out. I was actually talking to Kenneth, and we were talking on the phone, and he actually brought this up because these defenses, I think, they're smart coaches. Their defenses know how to take away the strengths of the other team. Yeah. And Kenneth says if that game's anywhere near 55 or more as a total, I'm taking the under. And the first night when it came out, I took the Chiefs minus 3.5 and parlayed it with the under 56.5. And you know what? A lot of people are betting the over, but anyway, Kevin, what are your overall thoughts on the line, and where are you going with it? What's your thoughts on the game?
So I think it's a fair line, 3.5, depending on what you think of. That's kind of where I expected it to be. It's an interesting thing. As I've been kind of going over this week, everything's kind of, I don't know. I feel like the money, and I feel like everybody's kind of going towards Mahomes and the Chiefs, and I think that's kind of. I understand it. Mahomes is out. He's just out of his damn mind. He's the best quarterback in the league. But you know what? Brady has looked very good this year. And I know that you kind of left Brady for dead this year before the season started, and now he's in the Super Bowl. But when you look at what he accomplished this year, over 40 touchdowns since I think the first time since 2007, which is an insane stat that I heard of. They have the best pass catchers probably in this game, to be honest, as a trio. I know Tyreek Hill there and Kelsey, but I love what the Bucs have on offense. That defense is legit, and that defensive line with JPP, those guys there they are very good. Vita Vea coming back, that's a hell of a job. And if they can get pressure on Mahomes and kind of disrupt all that, especially with all those guys on the defensive side, it's going to be a very good game. It's going to be close. Having said that, I can't go against Mahomes. He is that good, and he is that transitional player that we talk about all the time. And it's going to be close. You know, they played earlier in the year, and that's when Tyreek Hill had like 700 yards in the first quarter. And then it came down to like,
we went crazy.
And then it came down to 3 points, you know, and it was close. But, you know, I think they'll use that tape. They'll figure it out. And I love Andy Reid as an offensive mind. And I think that he's got something dialed up for these guys. So I think as long as they don't turn a ball over, I have a hard time seeing it's not going to be 7-10 point win for the Chiefs. I have it something like, you know, 45 to, you know, in that range, 45 to 35, 34, somewhere in there.
You're projecting 80 points?
Yeah, I have a high-scoring game in this game, I think. I think this is one of those games where it's going to be a high-scoring game. Maybe 40, 45, 28, something like that.
Wow. That's pretty impressive. The point you brought up a minute ago was where the money is going. Right now, the overall bet percentage, 59% to the Chiefs, and the money percentage, 62%. So it's really close. So the folks are they're betting on the Chiefs, and the money's on the Chiefs. And so I find that pretty interesting. John, let's hear it. Let's hear your take.
Yeah, so I do think, you know, this is a game where I think everyone's talking about the offense, right? So I would disagree with Kevin on the point total. I do think the defenses are going to tighten up. Both of these teams have good defenses.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, not number one in the league or anything, but really good defenses on both sides. Both these teams are very well rounded, put it that way. So I think you're exactly right on that line. I can't bet the under on any game that Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill are playing in. So I'm not betting the under. I just can't. I would lean under, but I can't bet it. Same exact thing with the Chiefs. Like, I think the Chiefs are going to win this game. I'm a Dolphins fan. I know I'm wearing Chiefs gear right now because I love Patrick Mahomes. I've liked him since college, really. So that for that reason, or for the reason of Patrick Mahomes and that offense, and really what the Chiefs were able to do last week. Last week they proved not only that we know they're a high-powered offense, but they also proved they're willing to just sit back and take what the defense gives them and just play underneath and just dominate in that type of game. Like an Alex Smith style game, I saw someone call it. It was like an Alex Smith game plan for Patrick Mahomes. And they did that because they were a little bit limited with Patrick Mahomes' toe injury.
Right.
I think that really just solidified to me that's like, you are not going to be able to stop this offense if they don't beat themselves by just trying to get too aggressive and things along those natures. So everything in my heart says the Chiefs can win this game. Chiefs are going to win this game. Chiefs cover. I'm not going to bet against Tom Brady. I think the Chiefs win, but I'm not betting against. I'm sorry. Look, I hate that it took until he was 43 years old for me to realize that you just don't bet against the GOAT. But I'm not betting against the GOAT. I've learned my lesson last week. I thought for sure the Packers would win. I'm done. It's over. Tom Brady is just unreal to me. He can throw 3 interceptions and still, lead his team to victory. Crazy, unbelievable player, unbelievable human. But yeah, I'm super excited for this game. There's so many different ways you can go into it. I do think it's close though. You look at people from week 9 to the divisional round of the playoffs. The Chiefs did not win a game by more than 6 points. Now, obviously, they beat the Bills pretty hard, but that's a long period of time where they were playing close games, and I think this is going to be another one of those close games. I mean, I think I saw one prop, and I couldn't find it when I was preparing for this. But I saw a prop where it was like Chiefs go down 10 points and still win the game, and I was like, I want to hammer that bet. That feels like the most locked thing of everything. Chiefs go down 10 and win anyway. They do it. They've done it more times than they haven't in the Patrick Mahomes era in the playoffs.
Yeah, you said something that was pretty key. They really surprised. Their defense really surprised me the way they game planned for the Bills. The Bills were railroading everybody and looking unstoppable, and a lot of money went on the Bills in that game. And they basically came in there and it almost seemed like they were toying with them. They just had complete control of that game. It was never in doubt in my eye, and And I just feel like Andy Reid with 2 weeks with Patrick Mahomes. To Kevin's point, as far as scoring, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes as a duo with 2 weeks to prepare for a game have never scored less than 30 points. And that's a pretty impressive stat. And so, there's half of that total, almost a little bit more than half of the total. I do believe, to your point also, as far as the defenses go, I really do like Tampa Bay's defense. They're really legit. Their linebackers are legit. I think the fact that Andy Reid knows how to game plan against an offense and Tampa Bay's defense is legit. We've seen it against Aaron Rodgers. We've seen it against, everybody they've played in the last 8 weeks, or hell, all season. And that's why I was going against the grain and taking that under. I could see this game ending up, 28, 24, 27, 23, any kind of crazy thing right there. But I just really like that under. I don't think 57 points are going to be scored. I just think both these teams know how to play defense, and so that's where I'm at on the game. As far as the line, I am going to take the Chiefs. I'm going to give up the 3.5. I've already told you I took that. I'm not going away from that. And so as far as the sharps, I did not see a sharp report, but I do see the money on the Chiefs. And I normally like to walk away from where the money's going, but that's where I'm at. So it looks like we have 2 picking the Chiefs, giving up the points, and we have one of us taking the Bucks and the 3.5. And you guys are both on the over.
Yeah. I'm on the over because of the weather's going to be fine. I know some people are talking about it, but it looks like by the time the game comes around, everything looks like it's going to be open. Thunderstorms in the morning, but sunshine. I think that, like you talked about with Mahomes and Andy Reid, I think they can score points. I think that the Bucks will keep up with that, and that's why I think it's going to be kind of a high-scoring game.
I did brag on Tom Brady. I did not think he was going to have the kind of year that he had. And I did the same thing for Rob Gronkowski. And to be fair, Rob Gronkowski's made it through the season. He hasn't done anything spectacular. In a year where tight ends were, you're either really in the top 3 or everything else is down together. If Tom Brady wins this game by throwing a touchdown to Rob Gronkowski in the 4th quarter or overtime, I will never, ever, ever live it down. It will haunt me forever. We can go back and roll the tapes from earlier in the season, what I said about both those guys.
I know exactly what it was. I know exactly what episode it was. I know exactly what show it was. We'll get that thing cut up, and we're just going to play it. Just play it. But hey, no one could have expected this. Everybody kind of said, and you're right, Gronk, yes, he was a top 8 tight end when after the top 3, it was just shit. There was nothing there. It was just nothing. So, yes, granted. No, I agree. But, yeah, no, Brady, man, Brady's the GOAT. I need to get on his diet, though, so I can live till I'm 80, 90 years old, because that guy's going to live till he's about 100 years old.
I didn't say anything to Macho Man, but when he said he's an unbelievable human, I threw up a little bit in my mouth.
I mean, is he not?
He is. There's an ad agency I used to work with up in Wisconsin, and the creative director for the ad agency, we were talking about Brady one day, and he goes, just think, one day of being Tom Brady is probably better than our entire lives not being Tom Brady. And I said, you really think about it, it would be a hell of a day, just to be Tom Brady. But anyway, that's enough of talking about Tom Brady. I hope, you know what? Final question on Tom Brady. Let's go into the props.
Yeah.
If they win, he's done, right? He has nothing to prove. He has nowhere to go, right?
No. He'll come back next year no matter what.
What?
He'll come back next year no matter what. He didn't have anything to prove this year. It's not about proving anything. He just loves it too much. He's not quitting until the game quits him.
But how? I just can see him dropping the mic. They win the Super Bowl, first year away from New England.
I don't think that it's not as he hasn't had anything to prove since the 2000s. So
I think he thinks he does.
I mean, what? I mean, I get that concept, but to me, if he still feels like he has something to prove, this year isn't going to change anything. He is just the ultimate competitor. I think he just loves the game too much. I don't think he quits until he physically just can't throw the football anymore. And it just, I think, honestly, I think injury takes him out of the league. I really do. I think he'll play until he gets hurt. I don't know.
With that wife and that life, I would have retired a long time ago.
I was waiting for that to come out.
I would have retired years ago, man. I would have been like, all right, I had a couple rings. I'm in. I'm out. I'll see you guys later. I would have been Andrew Luck style. Just see ya, and I'd just disappear. You wouldn't have heard from me again.
Oh, are you guys watching the Twitter and watching the waiver wires and seeing what's going on with Andrew Luck right now?
Yeah, he's not coming back.
I know he's not. But people are spending their fab money, and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he's not coming back.
All right, let's give the peeps what they want, man. Let's talk props. This is the best game of the year to do prop betting. We're going to get into some of these player props, and then we're going to jump right into some of the fun props too, because there's so much science behind them. Let's just jump right in and kind of go through these. Tom Brady, guys. Tom Brady, we just talked about him. The over-under on passing touchdowns is 2.5. And I like this one. Over-under half a rushing yard.
Over.
But you know, remember who was it last year? Mahomes, 3 kneel backs, lost like 18 yards in to close out the game. I could see a couple of kneel downs if they're winning, losing the 2 yards that he already rushed for on a quarterback sneak.
You'd have to think they can. Yeah, you'd have to think he can get 1 damn yard, right?
I know.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a QB sneak. So I would the only danger is the kneel down. I absolutely agree. Honestly, I like the Tom Brady rushing touchdown one because it's just as likely they're on the goal line and they
What's the number on that?
Huh?
What's the number on that one?
Let me find it. I don't have it.
It has to be like plus 300.
Probably.
Got to be a good one, right?
It's probably as good as my old Drew Lock tick of the plus 1,000 rushing touchdown that I didn't get by 1 yard, by 1 damn yard. I would have won like $100 on that prop. That hurt me.
Okay, so anyway, what are you guys thinking about over under 2.5 passing touchdowns?
You would assume that's probably over, right? Like, I feel like that's a safe over, unless you're talking about the bets and the defense and kind of what they're doing. But gosh, it's tough because I know that's Mahomes is too, I think. So I maybe I would go under for Brady because he's probably going to rush one in, maybe do a QB sneak or whatever, or the case may be, or maybe they like to pound it. But I probably would think he's at 2, but that's my opinion. But he has been throwing a lot of touchdowns. That's really a tough one. I'd probably stay away from it. But if I had to guess, probably under.
How tilting is it going to be when he does a toss to Scotty Miller, who throws one to Godwin?
Yeah.
What are you going to get for that? Plus 2,000 for a Scotty Miller touchdown pass? 20,000.
By the way, 4-1 on a Brady anytime touchdown, so rushing touchdown. So yeah, not bad. Yeah, no, I agree. I would probably go under 2, but I don't feel good about it. I got to kind of stick to my game script of somewhat low scoring, and I think that could easily go under.
Yep. I'm going under 2.5 as well, and I'm going over the half-yard rush. Against my better judgment, I should just leave that alone because the kneel down. You know what? If I believe the Chiefs are going to win, I don't see there's going to be any kneel downs.
Yeah,
and so unless they kneel down at the end of the first half, and run into the locker room and he loses 1 yard, but I'm going to go with the over on it, and I'm going to take the under on the 2.5 passing touchdowns. Throw one out there. What do you got there, Kevin?
Yeah, so if we're gonna go, we going Brady or just overall? Anything?
I'm just trying to hit on the stud players and then our favorite plays.
Okay, so what do you think about Brady over under 39.5 attempts? I feel like that's got to be over, right? I feel like he's gonna hit the 39.5. 39.5 is a lot. He's done it a bunch of times this year. 45, 1, 2, 3, like 8 times this year. In the playoffs, we've seen him throw 36, 33, and 40. So, and I think the game script for me, because I think it's going to be a little high scoring, I would probably take the over on that one. I like that one in terms of just kind of his attempts. And then this is another interesting one. Both teams combined, quarterback touchdowns over 4.5 or under 4.5.
Over for sure.
So I feel like that's an over, right?
I think first half over possibly.
Yeah, so that's an interesting QB prop that you can get out there. It's over under 4.5 total QB over touchdowns. So I really like that one for both those quarterbacks, and especially if you're unsure about that 2.5 with Brady. I feel like that would be like, well, I'm sure they'll get over 4.5 for both quarterbacks. So that's what I love about the Super Bowl. You can find all these little props that you can do, and it's pretty cool. So I like that one. And then Tom Brady interceptions thrown, it's at a half of one. So you always got to do is throw one. If he throws under, it's plus 150. If he throws one, it's minus 200. And I think he's got to throw one. So that's I'm going to take it.
I think he will too. If he's going to throw the ball 40 times, even if it's a deflected pass, I think he'll throw an interception as well. He threw 3 last week. Only 2 of them was his fault.
Yeah.
But there was another one that wasn't caught that would have been his fault. Could have been 4.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah. So those are some fun ones. Those ones I saw there in terms of the quarterbacks. I'll let John kind of grab some running backs and come back to me, or whoever he wants to go to.
Yeah, I can go running backs. All right, so I have a couple that I like. The one that I think I like the most is Ronald Jones. I think you look at the Bucs. Look, I don't want to bet on any of these Bucs running backs on any for a season long. But any given week, it seems like you can never really predict their production. But at let me find the number here. Yeah, at 38 rushing yards, I feel like that's very, very attainable for a guy who's probably going to have the market share of at least 3 or 4 entire drives, and then we'll see what happens with the rest of the game. So yeah, Ronald Jones, 38 rushing yards. I like that a lot. I also really like Darrell Williams at 29 rushing yards, the undrafted LSU running back that came out the same year as Darius Geis.
He's actually played really well.
Yeah, he really has. And look, Clyde Edwards has been hurt. I don't know how healthy he's going to be. He's obviously going to be playing, but he's been hurt. It seems like the whole offseason. He got hurt late in the season, and throughout the playoffs, he's just been struggling. So I could easily see Darrell Williams getting, I could see him getting up to 50 yards. Honestly, I could definitely see him having that kind of game. So 29, really, really love those 2 props.
On the Ronald Jones, I wrote down a couple of Ronald Jones props I like. The first one I wrote, and it's just these 2 go hand in hand. Over half a reception. And so I think he's going to get 1 reception. As much as they're going to have to throw the ball, that game script we believe that we're going to see. And the fact that he will get 3 or 4 drives and the way they play, I could see him easily getting 1 reception and 5 yards. And so, yeah, it's the over-under is 5 receiving yards with half a reception. So I'm all over that one as a parlay, because I think if he gets 1 reception, I think he's going to get 6 yards or more.
Have we ever had a running back with the running backs make you feel so nasty in this game? Like, have you ever had? Because I've been looking at these
nothing exciting here,
and I'm like, God, these running backs kind of suck.
There's no Damian Williams. There's no Damian Williams this year.
Yeah,
that guy won the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
But when you look at these, you're just like, gosh, I don't want to bet on Leonard Fournette. Do you guys want to bet on Leonard Fournette? Like, I don't want to bet on Ronald Jones. Like, I really don't. Like, I probably will. Darrell Williams, CEH. Like, do I really want to bet on CEH, or do I have a problem? Like, I feel like I have a problem when I start betting on these guys, because I'm like, because when you look at CEH's rushing yards, it's 30.5. I feel like that's a smash over, but it's really not a smash over because you just don't know what's going to be.
I don't know, man. I'm with you. I'm thinking this is going to be let's sling it as much as we can sling it because that's what we're good at.
Yeah.
And let's focus on what we're actually good at. And so Kenneth is on. He wasn't able to make it. He's feeling a little under the weather. He said Damian Williams won him 10G last year on the squares. I'll never forget that. That drunk bastard sent me a text showing a picture of the board late Sunday night that he won $10,000 at a bar playing the squares, and I thought that was pretty cool.
I won $40 playing squares last year. I was pretty happy about that, Kenneth. So that was a good day for me.
Yeah, 10K, man. So I think I'm on Ronald Jones for that, for the receiving work, not the rushing work. Back to the quarterbacks, Mahomes, you're right. He is the same line as Brady, 2.5 touchdown passes. I'm on the over on Mahomes.
I would too.
Yeah. I think Kelsey might get 2. I think Hill or I think Hardman's going to get 1. Robinson's out, right? Robinson's out, and Watkins is still questionable.
No, I got a notification today that said he would be good.
As long as he tests negative tomorrow, he's good.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Regardless, I think they're going to do whatever they can to take Hill out, and I think they can't take Hill and Kelsey out. So I'm going to go big on Kelsey again. I think he might have another 10, 11, 12 catches. But I will say this: Tampa Bay's linebackers they can play with him. And
Yeah.
so that's the only hesitation that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bets, just of all of them, is how many players will have a passing attempt, and it's at 2.5.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Yeah, I feel like
there's a Scotty Miller play.
You cannot tell me there's not going to be one like trick play. Like Tom Brady's going to make sure the Bucs have a trick play up their sleeves. Guarantee you, Andy Reid's got a trick play up their sleeves. I would be shocked, absolutely shocked, if there's not another player that throws the ball. Like, and it's just a pass attempt. Doesn't have to be
called the Scotty Miller touchdown to Godwin.
Yeah.
Or
that's my favorite one. I think it's at plus. I wish the odds were a little bit better at plus 120. But to me, I feel like that's easy money. I feel like it's going to happen, guaranteed.
Now you see, when you say that surprises me. I'm surprised it's only 120. I would think that would be something like a 240, a 250, because I mean it's a really, really non-traditional play.
Yeah.
And so, but I like it. That's fun. Those are fun. Those are the bets you play in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I really like this one from the receiving perspective. Tyreek Hill, over under longest reception, 27.5 yards. And I feel like that's an easy over because he's going to get one that's over 27.5. I don't see how he doesn't get one that's over 27.5. At some point, even if it's garbage time or they're trying to come back or whatever, they're going to be targeting him for something over that number. And I absolutely love that. And in a funner, look at me. I'm a history teacher, not an English teacher. So the other one I like is Chris Godwin on his first reception will get over 10.5 yards. So on his first reception of the game, he'll get over 10.5. And they usually like to target him at those long passes, especially early on. So when I watch Bucs games, they do that. They don't really use him on a lot of wide receiver screens and kind of dumps off. They really target him over the middle, and it's usually over 10.5. So that's one of those ones in that first reception. Do you think he's going to get it?
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah.
So I got some questions for you. What about just touchdown scores? I have two that I really like just to score touchdowns. I like to hear what you guys think. I think Mike Evans, and that's actually even money, and Mike Evans at plus 100, at least on the side that I'm looking at, which that kind of sucks to score a touchdown, but it seems like he gets so many targets in the red zone. It feels like a lock that he'll get a touchdown.
That's the first one I thought about, him and Kelsey.
Yeah. And then Rob Gronkowski, and that's more just because of the history. And it's like, I'm never going to be surprised. Like Gronk is going to get a touchdown, right? At plus 200 again, not odds that I love, but I feel like just the legacy play of him getting a touchdown feels just too good to be true.
Yeah, no. I would take it first.
Anytime touchdown, I'm going Kelsey. And that's the one guy. I like Kelsey and Evans. Those are the two guys that I think are going to be. I think they're their favorite red zone targets for their quarterbacks, and so I'm going to go with the two guys that have the most targets typically.
Yeah, no, this one's interesting too. I love these. I love Super Bowl props. I could talk about this for 7 hours because I love all these ones that they come up with. But who will catch a pass first, Antonio Brown or McCole Hardman?
McCole Hardman. I go Hardman because I know they have some scheme-specific plays that go to Hardman. So like I know those are there, and I haven't seen Antonio Brown, and maybe I've just missed it, but I don't think I've seen any like scheme-specific plays for Antonio Brown. So I think statistically, you'd want to go towards the team that at least game plans want their player in. So I go Hardman, but that is a tough one.
You'd be tilting on that coin toss because you're going to want the Chiefs to get the ball first because you want them to get it. But no, I love these. I love these who will catch a pass first, like Rob Gronkowski or Sammy Watkins.
I'm going Gronk.
Yeah, Gronk. So
like you have those out there. Who will catch a pass first, Leonard Fournette or Clyde Edwards-Helaire? I feel like Clyde Edwards-Helaire is an easy one to grab, but so those are out there as well, and I really like those. Check those out and see kind of how you can find them, because who will catch a fast first is one of those interesting ones that you can kind of watch throughout the game and you'll be tilted for a while.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that one a lot.
You know what? Those are fun. Little head-to-heads there.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, you saw my tweet earlier in the week. I did all the film study. I did all the grinding, and based on the data, the Chiefs are going to win the coin toss. But I should hammerlock that son of a bitch.
Yeah, you should. You should. That's a good way to do it. Yeah, but other than that, like the yards, they're high. When we're looking at overall yards for these guys, for a good reason. When you're looking at I think they kind of anticipate some of these guys having some, like Tyreek Hill's at 92.5. That's tough. I still think he gets a long reception, but I don't know. I'm going to stay away from that one. Travis Kelce's actually at 98.5. That's pretty high too, from whatever the prop bets I found. But I do like Scotty Miller at over 25.5 because I'm the cheap bastard and I like those lower guys that are going to get those 2 catches for 30 yards. So I tend to like those. So I like that. And then there's also a Tampa Bay prop. How many players will have a reception? And it's 7.5 players.
Ooh, over.
So that's an interesting one. So how many players will have a reception?
Total?
7.5 total.
Ooh, I like the over on that one too.
Yeah, I'd go 9 or 10. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
I mean, let's just go through them. I mean, gosh, real quick. On the Chiefs side, Kelce, Hill, Hardman, CEH,
Watkins.
I'm going to say, yeah. So I'm saying there's 5 right there. And then I think both tight ends, Gronk and Brate.
So this is just for Tampa Bay, though. So this would just be straight up for Tampa Bay. Do you think 7.5 players on that team will have a reception?
On Tampa?
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
Yeah,
Godwin,
4
Miller.
receivers, 2 tight ends, 2 running backs. That's 8 right there. And then there's guys we're missing.
And Brady can do it. And
he gets the ball around.
Yeah, so, I can see Godwin, Evans, Miller, and Brown, Brate, and Gronk. That's 5 right there.
6.
6.
And then 2 running backs, Jones and Fournette.
You
both
need each one of them to catch 1. I'm already betting on Ronald to catch 1.
Yeah.
I'm going over.
No, and I would do that more for Buccaneers. I probably would do for the Chiefs, to be honest, because I think that Brady don't care. Brady just throws it wherever the hell is open. So
the Chiefs have a more concentrated passing game.
That's the Chiefs one though, because I like the Chiefs. I like their. I wouldn't hate the Chiefs one either if it were a 7.5.
Well,
let me see if it's on there because it's not on there. So let me see.
It's fine if it's not. Don't worry about it.
No, it's not on there. It's only for the Bucks. So, so that would be an interesting. I really like that one. I like these little fun ones in there. But receptions for me was hard. I was looking at the receptions over and under. Like Tyreek Hill's at 6.5. I don't know. I feel a little uncomfortable taking over 6.5 in the season.
So here's my thing with Hill. If you go back to week 12, obviously they played, and he gets 200 yards in the first quarter, right? Which is just insane. And then they completely change their defensive game plan, and he gets 69 yards through the rest of the game. Ends up with 13 catches and 3 touchdowns and 269 yards in the game. But I would think because of that, the Bucks' #1 goal is to not get beat by Hill deep, right?
Yeah, so I agree.
I would think because of that game, they're not going to let it happen twice, right? I don't know. Maybe it do, but I have a hard time believing they would.
Well, that's why I got Hardman, and this is almost a hammerlock, over 28.5 receiving yards. I think they're going to do everything, including going over the top on Hill, and that's going to leave Hardman and his speed wide open. One pass from that guy can easily get 30 yards. He's more dangerous than Scotty Miller, and I think more dangerous than Antonio Brown. Sure. And so I think that's one of my favorite plays of the game, and so that's kind of where I'm leaning on that. So
yeah, no, I like that one. I don't really have any more. I mean, there's tons, but I don't really have any more that I've looked and said, oh, yeah, that's what I like in terms of just the regular prop bets. I got some funny prop bets, but you guys go ahead and finish your.
One more here I got on the Chiefs. I got Darrell Williams under 12.5 receiving yards. They don't throw that guy the ball much, and if they do, he's usually it's 1 yard in a cloud of dust. Mm-hmm. And so I can see with CEH being totally healthy, #1, his snap count's going to be probably cut in half. And I can see him, keeping the defenses honest on the first and second downs. And so I can see him catching 2 passes for 11 yards. And so I'm actually liking under 12.5.
No, that's it. That's a good call. Yeah. They tend to just run with him.
Yep.
And you watch him. That's kind of what his job is. And with Bell there, CH coming back, I would take the under there.
Kelsey over 8 is my other last one. My last the actual official prop that I'm placing on the game itself. Kelsey over 8 receptions. I just think, to your point, what they're going to try to do to take Hill out of the game. I don't think they can. I don't think they can, even with White and Levante David. I don't think they can cover Hill. I think he's that good for a reason, and I think he's going to get his. I could see him easily getting 9-10 catches, easy.
Yeah,
5. Like right off the bat, it feels like that's the baseline. So yeah, I absolutely agree. I think that's a good one. Sorry, Kevin, I cut you off there.
No, you're fine. There's a lot of I saw Kenneth brought it up, but there's a lot of how passing touchdowns in the first quarter for Brady, over under half, right? So do you think he'll throw a touchdown pass in the first quarter? So there's a lot of those out there that I really like too. I would probably go towards the fourth quarter and bet that as the over, because I feel like you're gonna see have better value in that. You have better odds if you bet in the fourth quarter. So I would probably go towards that one.
What about any quarter to end scoreless? It's plus 540.
Yeah,
I'm not going to bet it, but it's enticing.
Yeah,
I can't with my prediction, so I can't bet that.
No, you're expecting 80 points.
Yeah,
It's not going to happen in 3 quarters.
I don't know. I wouldn't hate putting $10 on that. I mean, 10 to win 50. That it's certainly plausible. I mean, I feel like second and third quarter are the most likely for that to happen. I don't know why. I just feel like first quarter is where, they're going to come out firing. I feel like.
Yeah, that plus 540 is enticing.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
Y'all want to get to some fun ones?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, I have a couple, and then I'll let y'all go through it. I think my favorite one is I'm not even gonna do my favorite one. How many times will they mention Bill Belichick? I have it over 1. It's not good odds, but I feel like it's guaranteed. They're going to talk about Tom Brady and they're going to talk about Bill Belichick. The second they do the Tom Brady title card, whatever the graphic, it's going to mention Bill Belichick. Guaranteed, has to happen.
All right, I got to ask the question though: is that from when the game starts or from when the broadcast starts?
Just the game. So this is the second the ball's kicked off. Yeah,
I still think it's going to happen 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Who's the announcing team tomorrow? That's what I want to know.
But here's the thing: if I always think the worst. Since that's an official prop, how easy would it be for these announcers to make sure they never bring him up and bet $1 million on it?
We got to listen to Joe Buck. Oh no, maybe not. Hold on. Who's the announcing team tomorrow? Do you guys know?
It's got to be Romo. No,
it's not Romo. I looked it up, hoping it was Romo. It's not. It's Buck.
Yeah, it's definitely getting brought up though. That's what I was saying, because he likes to bring up that kind of crap, and he always kind of talks about it. Oh no, it's Nance and Romo. I just looked it up.
Perfect.
Who's broadcasting Super Bowl 2021? Nance and Romo, because they're CBS's team.
That's what I thought. Good. I still think it's going to happen. That's
it's going to happen because Romo likes that shit too.
That's a great prop. I love it.
And that's a good one.
That's what we're here for. People are here to know what's going on. We're picking these things for you.
So this is a who will be shown first during the national anthem bet. And I don't know why I love these so much, but I really do. And there's a couple I want to go through. Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady? To me, that's
Brady.
I think it's Patrick Mahomes. They're gonna go young buck first, and then they'll talk about Brady. Y'all disagree? Fair enough.
Actually, I like that. Maybe they will, right? The narrative, hey, who's this? Or they'll go old guard and new guard. Maybe they'll go old, hey, this is what he was. Now
here's
the
legend, the GOAT, and here's the guy to replace him.
The odds-on favorite is Tom Brady. So you guys agree with the odds maker there. Who will be shown first, Travis Kelce or Rob Gronkowski?
Gronk.
Yeah, I think Gronk is actually Kelsey's the favorite, but I feel like if you guys are saying Brady gets shown first, they're going to show Brady and Gronk at the same time. I feel like it's more likely that Brady and Gronk get shown in that same frame than it is that Mahomes and Kelsey get shown.
That's because you've seen them 9 times in the Super Bowl.
And they'll be standing next to each other too.
Yeah,
they're definitely standing next to each other.
Yeah. So that's a good one.
What else?
Who will be shown first? And then the last one, Andy Reid or Bruce Arians?
Reid.
Yeah. See, I think I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna go Arians. Well, yeah, it's got to be Reid.
I'm going Reid, especially with the drama that's going on right now with his coach and son.
Reed is certainly the favorite, and yeah, I think that Reed is much more remarkable than Bruce Arians, and in every way, pretty much. So I absolutely agree with that one. All right, those are mine. There's a million. Oh, also, I saw on a TikTok that was sent to me by a buddy of mine that this dude went deep dive into the national anthem, and I don't remember the stats or whatever, but it was basically he went back and looked at the person who's singing the national anthem and like all the times he's done it, and it says smash the under on the national anthem. So it had this whole explanation that I couldn't go into right now, but they're saying smash the under, and it explained like exactly why and the time code and everything. So apparently it's an easy under smash on the national anthem.
Are you talking about the length?
Length, yeah, the length of the national anthem, yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, they're really diving deep here.
Yeah, no, they seriously, it was this whole thing. I'll send it to you guys after the show.
That's awesome. Kevin, I know you got a few fun ones yourself. What do you got?
Oh, yeah. I have my hammer lock. I'm going to call it my own hammer lock here.
All right, let's go.
It says, how many commercials will show a person wearing a mask? And it's over 2.5. That shit's going to be 100. Like, that thing is going to be like 50 commercials are going to show people wearing a mask. I don't care. Probably within the first 2 breaks that we have. So over 2.5 or under 2.5 is that one. I don't know how it can be under 2.5. They're going to be pumping that thing out all game. So give me the over 2.5 people wearing a mask.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that. You want me to formalize it?
Yeah. We'll do that. We're gonna get
that hammer lock.
Yeah, it's a hammer lock. There you go.
We need to see 3 commercials with a damn mask on.
3 commercials with a mask. That's easy. And then I love this other one too. Will there be a COVID vaccine commercial? Yes, plus 120. Hell yeah, there's going to be a COVID vaccine commercial. This is when everybody's watching. The government's definitely put one of those in.
Well, and who has the most money? Pfizer.
Yeah.
I can see that happening very easily.
Yeah. So, I think, they say because it says, but one specifically about the COVID vaccine. Yeah, I think there will be. I think this is a time for them to educate the public. Whatever. I'm just going to make money off of it. So I'm going to be betting yes that there's a COVID vaccine commercial there for sure. And there's a few other ones I do like. How many commercials will have a dog in them? Over and under 4.5 commercials with a dog. I think I'm taking the under.
I'm taking the under on that one.
Yeah. That's getting plus 170 out there, guys. So if you guys want to know kind of what your odds are there. And I like that one. Obviously, the coin toss and all that kind of stuff's on there. And then I always like betting this one because it's a lot of fun to me. It says, who will the MVP refer to first in his speech? So here are the odds, and I'll see what you guys think here. So teammates is plus 100. God or religion is plus 225. USA is plus 700. Winning city plus 700. Family plus 900. Coaches plus 1,000. And team owner is plus 2,000.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I think teammates is going to be.
I think it's God. I'm going to go back and watch Mahomes and see what he did last year, and I'm going to bet whatever he said last year because it's probably going to be the same thing.
Man, I could see it being City though, especially if like the Bucks win. You won in Tampa Bay. Would you shout the City before anything else? I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it depends on who. It depends on who it is. But yeah, I could definitely see this, Kevin. I could definitely see this. First and foremost, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and then, I want to thank my teammates, my coaches, and God, team, coach.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think too.
If I could pick an exacta, that's how it would go.
There's that one, and I also like what color liquid is the Gatorade going to be on the coach. I like betting that one sometimes. It's a lot of fun. You can bet purple's plus 900, by the way, if you really want to be a degenerate out there.
But don't you think they might be? Aren't they kind of going towards their team colors now, man? It's like Chiefs might be red.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Against God. In Tampa Bay, that could be a red Gatorade, but I don't know, man.
I'm probably gonna go red. That's kind of my where I'm at right now today. And my last funny one is: will Joe Biden call to congratulate the winning coach? And I'm not a political guy, but someone said no because it's past his bedtime. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Kickoff was past his bedtime.
So I thought that was pretty funny. But I'd probably go no there. But one serious one I actually do kind of like too is what comes first, a sack or a touchdown? And I think it's a sack, to be honest. I actually bet the sack on that one. So that's one of those ones I really like. But I like that.
What's the number on those?
Oh, where is it? It is so touchdown is I believe is minus 120, and then sack was plus 115 or something like that.
Well, just for that, I would probably go with sack, but I really want to call that touchdown. I thought it would have a better number than that.
Yeah. So I like those two, but those are mine. I like the fun ones, and obviously the coin flip and all that. But I like the fun ones that you get on some of those betting sites.
Well, hey guys, any final thoughts?
Good.
No, I'm just saying, I'm excited to watch it, man. I'm ready to go. And then, hey, after Sunday comes the off season, right? We got to grind, and we'll be looking at new stuff and rookie drafts, baby.
I'm glad you brought that up. Just to let our audience know that that now is when the season really gets going for us. Expect a lot of fresh content from all of our show hosts and writers. And guys, if you like this kind of content, feel free to give us a like. Or subscribe to the channel, whether it's on YouTube or a podcast or wherever you're seeing us. It really helps us. It motivates us to work even harder to bring you this great content. And shoot us a comment. Let us know what you think about it. If there's anything that we can do better, anything that we're missing, help us to help you. And but it's been an amazing season. I'll be honest with you. Before the season even started, I was just hoping to get through it. And I think they don't get enough credit, but I think the NFL has done an amazing job,
Yes.
Navigating through this pandemic to get us a full schedule, no missed games, and a full playoffs and Super Bowl. And so kudos to Goodell and all of his team and to be able to get that done. But I'm looking forward. I'm a little bummed there's not going to be a combine. It makes no sense how they can do all of this stuff, but they can't have a combine. And but guys, please once again give us a like, give us a subscribe, and enjoy the game Sunday. Eat a lot of food, drink a lot of beer, and win a lot of money. For Kevin, for Camacho, peace out, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
See you guys.
Did you get all that? If not, make sure you head over to hammercast.com, subscribe, and join the Hammer Nation. Until next time, keep grinding.